What would I personally define as an A&R in 2018? I think the relationship between band management and A&R has changed quite a lot these days. I think my personal definition would be somebody who still really loves music and is an all-rounder, I think is the best way to describe it now. Someone who is into artist development, someone who has a lookout for the artist across all elements of their career, I would think, because effectively that is the aim of our job, to build a career, not just to build songs. In my world, the rock world, it's to build longevity and a long-lasting career.
Someone who's able to adapt to, I guess, the needs of every individual artist, really. No two artists are the same, and I think that if you know the strengths of a certain artist and you can see the weaknesses and they probably agree with that and you can work in collaboration, that's, I think, the best definition of an A&R, really.
I personally define an A&R person as somebody who helps an artist realise their musical vision and goals. You know, even though the industry's changed a lot over time, I still think that's a fundamental thing that stayed the same and will continue to stay the same, whether that's an A&R person directly at a label doing it, or a manager or a friend in the early days.
I think that the role of an A&R is always going to be the same in terms of finding talent, finding the best songs and getting them out to the general public. I just think it's the sort of mechanisms around it that have changed, and it's the methods of consumption that have changed, and it's the methods of discovery that have changed, but its actual essence, A&R hasn't changed from what it's always been.
The first thing, I think, is forget about labels and A&Rs. I'd say fan base over labels any day, really. The fans are going to be there whether you have a label or not, and they're the ones that give you a career, so I'd say work on the fan base before the deal. I'd say try and build noise around you, maybe from people that the A&R knows, whether that be promoters that they know. If you're selling tickets and then that promoter tells an A&R that's a tangible reason of people turning up to your shows and wanting to listen to your music. Always be in the mindset of you've never written your best song. Really keep chasing the greatest song ever. I think Noel Gallagher and Ed Sheeran, Adele, all these people keep chasing that mythical song that probably will never be their greatest song, but they make a great career out of it, really.
Top tips for building a relationship with an A&R person are to be as visible as possible on your social media and reaching out to tastemakers who can help you get played on radio, get played on blogs, and through websites like Submit Hub, who can introduce you to lots of different people.
Top tips for an early days artist. I would honestly say don't be afraid to plough your own furrow, which sounds like the biggest cliche in the world now I've said it. But it's all about fearlessness, it's about being able to go out there and do what you're doing regardless of what everybody else is doing around you. Do something that no one else is doing.
I think you should get as busy as possible, and A&R people are going to notice you because you're selling tickets, or because you're streaming, or because you're building a following online, or because you're showing some sort of nous, or you know, you're just garnering a following in whatever way you can, bearing in mind the means that you have available to you. So I think the best way to get a relationship with an A&R person nowadays is to build a following, and they will come.